Hello everyone. Let's now add a button component so that it's nice and can be reused in many places. For this, we create a button component and add an index.txt file to it. The component itself will be as follows. The button component takes some children, which can be anything, and also information about whether the button is currently loading or not loading. Loading is simply a Boolean value that may not be passed. So if it is not passed, it will be considered false, i.e. intui on, setting a default value here. Also styles. Always CSS button. It will have a disabled style if it is in a loading state. Now we are entering type submit for now. It will be good for us for the current state. And again, it will be disabled. Specifically, its HTML property, which will also prevent clicking if we are in a loading state. Also, if loading, the text will be submitting. If not loading, the text we pass to children. Good. And let's add styles for it. Index.module.css, like this. And the styles are like this. Here's the button. Pseudo-class::hover. It's green for us. If we hover over it, it becomes slightly lighter. If clicked, even lighter. If disabled, the styles are like this. There's also a property like pointer events. None. Handy. It means you can't click on it at all. It doesn't react to hovering or anything, and that's good for us. Right? We'll add such a property to it as well. Everything else is quite standard. Oh, and user select is a useful thing too. This won't allow text selection in the button, because it's common for someone to double-click, which by default selects text. We don't need that, although submit style buttons usually don't get selected anyway. But later we might have buttons with links and so on, so we'll keep it for the future. And the pointer cursor indicates that our cursor should turn into a finger when hovered over. Okay, style is applied. Now let's use this button in our form. So there was a button like this, and it will become like this. We take the button. The type is already inside. Now it's not disabled. It's called loading. And it will sort itself out internally. So we don't need to write this text here. That is, we just need to leave the button. Text, create ID. That's good. Neat button. Let's see what we got. We forgot to remove the old button. Removing the old button. And here it is, please. Let's check how it works in loading state. Let's slow down the internet. And this is ID. Here's submitting. Can't click on it. Everything's really quite good. Great. That's all. Created the button. Let's move on. Submit.